Good afternoon. George Cavaligos for Naked Trader. Here we go again. Big sell-off in the Treasuries. 10 years hold the trend line, the daily trend line, off of the 118.17 lows again. Bonds broke it again. This is the second time that the bonds have broke this trend line and the 10 years held it so far. Tomorrow's going to be an interesting day. It'll be interesting to see overnight whether we get any follow-through selling, or everybody's watching this 119.24-25 level in the 10-year. That's where the trend line is. It's moving up, about a tick a day. A good high volume trade below that trend line is going to be important here. We got to wait for that. I sent a couple emails out today highlighting some potentials in the market. It looked like the market was getting ready for a move. Couldn't tell which way it wanted to go early this morning. I've been in favor of selling these rallies. And the selling just started pretty quickly this morning, and it really never let up. We saw pretty heavy volume today in the 10-year, 1.3 million, a little more actually right now, with another hour and a half before the electronic session closed. Pretty good heavy volume, more than 325,000 bonds today too. These are all big numbers. These are numbers that typically indicate follow through. But again, we held that trend line. I'm throwing these butts out because there's another thing. Tomorrow is another buyback. 7 to 10 year, I believe, is the sequence there of what they're going to be looking to buy back tomorrow. 7 to 9 billion, which is the high end of their daily purchase amounts. But we saw a tips auction today that didn't go very well. People are concerned about inflation. We've seen rate hikes in Brazil overnight. Talk of further rate hikes in China over the next year. Talk of rate hikes in India. These things that these dollar printing programs that the U.S. is going on don't seem to be having the wanted effects that the Fed is looking for. These dollars seem to be flowing overseas and causing problems in other countries that can't afford these problems. Second world and third world countries don't spend the same amounts of money that we do for our necessities. They spend more of their income for necessities like food and energy, which are where these massive price increases are occurring. We don't feel it here in the United States, but to the same extent, I should say. But the people in these second and third world countries, and maybe not even in so much second and third world countries, are feeling these effects. The QE2 program is having a lot of unintended consequences that people are finally starting to see, and we're meeting what some technicians call points of recognition to this problem. That's why I think we're seeing these big sell-offs in the bond market today. I think that's why we didn't see a big buy program in the tips auction today. It was a very lackluster auction. Tomorrow is Friday. We got the buyback. There's no economic data. We're going to have to watch how things trade overnight. An hourly close below this 119.24 level in the 10-year projects a test of the old lows at 118.17 and perhaps more. I've sent out a couple emails today with charts included. Keep an eye on these levels. Keep an eye on these trend lines. Sell rallies. I think going into the buyback tomorrow, we could have a rally if we can get the 10-year back up to that 120.10 level, which was the early morning high. I want to sell it again there. That's my favorite trade right now. We'll take a look at open interest and volume figures overnight. We'll see what else is going on. Have a good one. We'll see you tomorrow.